Well, this is my basement. This is the jam room. This is where the band practices. I got the lights out. It's kind of dark, but you can see I got a ton of guitar amps and guitars and all kinds of rack gear here. There's a rack system for guitar right there. Uh, Here's a Schecter C1 Plus. Beautiful wood in that guitar. Just really gorgeous. And this one's even better. This is my Gibson Les Paul Les Paul Supreme. It's about a $3,500 guitar right here. And that was when I used to have some money. I don't have any anymore. But that's a beauty. That thing's really nice. Got a 5A maple cap on it, and it's just gorgeous. Here's my full stack, my Marshall full tube head. Got the JVM 410 head, 100 watts. That motherfucker will kick ass. I'm telling you. These are my drums. I used to play drums, and so I still have the drum set around. I got two of my guitars are actually getting some work done on them right now by the shop. And here's one of mine, Epiphone Les Paul. I modify a lot of my guitars. I may not buy a high-end Gibson, and I'll buy a mid-range Epiphone or something, but I'll put money into them and upgrade them. Here's my pedal board. This is some of the pedals that I use. I've got a tremolo, a chorus, a flanger, a sonic stomp that I don't like. I'm taking that off. Digital delay, noise gate, another one I don't use, that little Ibanez. This Maxon is my favorite. That thing really adds some scream to your guitar. Here's what you call a MIDI controller pedal. That allows you to change multiple patches when you use rack effects instead of having to tap these pedals, you know, doing the Mexican tap dance, changing pedals on and off. You hit one of these and it can change 4 or 5 effects at one time on a piece of rack gear, which is a real advantage to the rack gear. Another Paul Reed Smith. Beautiful guitar. This guitar really sounds good too. Here's a Dean Michelangelo Badio signature guitar. I really like this one. Ibanez. This is an old reissue of the old Artist series. And then I've got this Hot Rod Flame Jackson right here. You can see that Jackson. It's got the Hot Rod Flame. I put about $250 in upgrades on that guitar with the Schaller tremolo upgrade. And I just picked this Strat. I'm not a Strat guy. I don't really like Fender guitars. But this one was really pretty. You can't see it in this video, but I need to turn some light on. But anyway, it's got beautiful wood grain, and I haven't seen very many Fenders with gold hardware. So I thought it was a real pretty guitar. And I try to find one that I like, and I just really haven't. I'm just still deciding on this one whether I like it or not. I may end up selling it. Another Jackson. This is my little Squire Telly. Got me a rebel flag on it. Got me a rebel flag on my wall too. I'm still an old redneck. A little Squire guitar that this guy custom built, little cheapy, but he kind of did some neat art. He put the POW and the rebel flag on it, and it's got a, I don't know if you can see it or not. If I can get down in there, it's got a 38 cartridge for the volume knob on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. But then I've got some nice acoustic guitars too. This is a Cort. It's called a Earth 1200, and you can see the inlay, just gorgeous on this guitar. I try not to buy the cheap. I like my stuff to look nice, and this one really sounds good too. It's got a solid wood top, and it's just Cort makes a pretty good guitar, and this is their top of the line guitar here, that Cort. And then I have Alvarez Yari, which these are handmade in Japan. And I mean handmade, I mean they take the tools and they hand carve everything. Everything is hand carved. Just beautiful instruments. And they have a reputation, a real good reputation out in the professional world too. A lot of people compare these with the Martins and the Taylors and the Gibsons. They're just really high-end Alvarez. They're not Alvarez. It's sold by Alvarez, but they're made in Japan by Kazuo Yari, a Japanese luthier over there that builds guitars. And here's my Black Star, which is probably going on for sale, because I've got several other. I keep going back to my Marshalls. I try all these other amps, and Black Star sounds pretty good, but I always go back to Marshall. And there's my rack. And there's PA gear right here. There's a mixing board and amps and amplifiers over here for the PA. So there's two of my speakers. We generally take two of these big old PVs and then two subs. Oh yeah, here's my model that model collection that a friend built for me. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space to send this whole video, but anyway, he built every airplane and every ship that I ever worked on for me and gave them to me as gifts for free. And he's an expert model builder. I mean, if you could see these, which you will, hopefully you guys will be able to make a trip out here someday, and you'll see these. They're just, I mean, the detail is amazing. Anyway, the reason I got my camera out, and I got sidetracked with the band room here, was because since Lurch collects license plates, ta-da! Kansas Motorcycle Veterans U.S. Navy license plate right there. This is the one that come off of my Sporty. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.